Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the NERDWatch podcast. I am G Money. We are here live on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. We are on Akaku. We are just all over the creation.
We're on the internet.
On NERDWatch. It is Wednesday night. It's a strange night for us here on the show. We're normally here on Tuesday evenings, but we had to change up because one of the guys asked us to change up because he had a thing.
He had romantical.
Yes. He had something to do, and he asked us to move it to Wednesday. Suffice it to say, that guy is not here. So we changed the day for him, and he did not show up. So let me talk to the dedicated men of the NERDWatch. To my right, of course, is the one, the only.
Dedicated we are, huh?
Listen, I had to get a little jab in there, Gannon. We still love you, man.
I had nothing else to do.
It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, joining us this evening is the man, the myth,
white privilege,
and the comic book artist extraordinaire. It is the one and the only Todd Bernardi. He's to my right. He is a comic book artist and a man for all seasons. We're also joined by the one and only...
Mostly rainy season.
Mostly. We're also joined by the one and only gaming guru himself, the Smite Master. It is Phormat. He's in the house tonight as well.
He's also a solitaire master.
Yeah, he beats us in every Facebook Messenger game for sure. Agreed.
He's been dominating.
Yeah, he's been dominating.
Except Hex Fever, whatever.
Yeah.
That game just takes too long.
And then, of course, to his right, because I totally forgot to set up his mic like an idiot, but I can't stop it now.
No, he didn't.
Swan is in the house as well. The comic book henchman is in studio this evening as well, filling in for... I'm sorry, no, it's not Swan. That's Gannon, the punk rock superstar.
Are you sure it's not Xanadu?
Yeah, it could be Xanadu.
I did watch last week's show.
Yeah, it could be Xanadu.
Xanadu, the mellow.
Yeah. Anyway. And to his right is the chairman of the comic book board, the owner and proprietor of Maui Comics and Collectibles at 333 Dairy Road in Kahului.
So
it is the one and the only. Alika is in the house tonight as well.
Is it 20% Tuesday?
You missed that.
Yeah, you missed that.
Yeah,
Today is actually New Comic Book Wednesday here at 333 Dairy Road in Kahului. Stay tuned, guys, because coming up, we're going to be talking about there is a plethora, a cornucopia, an abundance of news to talk about this evening.
What is a plethora?
Thank you. But
It's part of the afterbirth, right?
stop it.
That's
not correct, sir.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, if you guys are wondering where to join us,
that's placenta. I got that wrong. I get confused.
Todd, sip on your root beer.
Okay.
Okay, here's
guys.
Let's talk about this really quick. First of all, if you guys want to take a look at our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/NERDWatch. Like our Facebook page. You can follow us on Twitter at NERDWatch Nation. You can follow us on Instagram at _NERDWatch. You can follow us on YouTube at NERDWatch Nation. Just look for us at NERDWatch Nation. You can get all our videos there, right, Swan? And then okay,
you follow us in person.
Yeah, and then
at the mall.
Last but not least, you can do us all a solid here at the NERDWatch if you guys go to www.patreon.com/thenerdwatch and donate to a worthy podcast, or at least we think it's worthy, to upgrade some of our equipment and the like. So to get this podcast, to professional standards. So that way,
you
want it to professional standards?
What I'm saying is that I can raise money, fire these guys, and then I just kidding.
I can hire some real talent.
Losing money.
That's right.
Maybe some morning drive time guys.
That's what I need. I need my zoo crew.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
he's not kidding. He's not kidding.
We're gonna need to spend money on a soundboard.
That's right, we are. Anyway. Before we get into all the news, I do want to talk about it is New Comic Book Wednesday here at 333 Dairy Road in Kahului. So let's check in with Alika. What you guys can pick up today. Well, not today. Any day of the week here at Maui Comics and Collectibles at 333 Dairy Road in Kahului. What is new on the docket this week? sir?
Sex criminals.
Sex Criminals, a very naughty cover by.
Very interesting variant.
Oh, interesting. Okay, what's oh, Swan is more familiar. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah,
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was new today. Alika, forgot about that.
Okay, what else?
I
Also,
was just
Batman
one book
Adventures
in.
TMNT. God's Country came out. I'm starting off with the Independence for Todd.
Okay.
And then also, yeah, it's a book that came out from Image, and apparently it just started blowing up. It's like a $30 book for its #1.
What is it?
I have it at home. I'm gonna read it.
No, what is it? I missed it. I totally missed it.
God's Country.
God's Country.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, Animosity came out today. Another book that came out from our Independence is Harrow County,
Something about
Ether.
animalities.
Yeah.
Travis from the Facebook Live feed said there's a Fiona Staples variant. What is that?
That was
That's
the
Sex
That was a
Criminals.
sex
Sex
criminal.
very
Sex
naughty
Criminals. Okay.
cover.
Got
Yeah.
it.
It's pretty. She's an artist on Saga. It's pretty detailed.
Okay, great. So if you want to see it, you have to come to My Comics and Collectibles. It'll be behind the counter.
Actually, it's in front of the counter.
Oh, great. Oh,
There's a protector.
There's a protector.
Oh,
so
okay.
you
There's
can't
a
actually
bag
see
and board.
it.
Got it.
You gotta buy it to see it.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Just like any good adult magazine.
Yeah.
Got it. Anyway, go
Well,
ahead.
Not unless you got the internet.
Call now.
Also today
1-900.
for Todd's most favored Marvel, we did have some new books such as Captain America Steve Rogers.
Hail Hydra.
We had Monsters Unleashed with its tie-in Doctor Strange.
Hail Hydra.
Doctor Strange came out on HD streaming this week, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, streaming.
Hilarious. I'm being asked in the Facebook Live feed as well if we're ever getting Hard Candy Aftermath #2.
Is that Travis again?
That's Travis again. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Travis, aren't you going to ask about your silk drawing?
Creator right here.
Yeah,
It's
the creators
it's
here.
coming out and it's gonna be wonderful.
Readable.
Oh, fantastic. Readable.
Readable. Not like my other comics.
think the word you're
it's
looking-
gonna be readable.
I think the word you're looking for is bearable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's good.
Intelligible.
Intelligible.
It's gonna
Bears?
Yeah.
it's gonna be like a psychedelic double rainbow.
Nice.
It's going to be sequential.
So #2 is next.
Well,
Yeah, it's sequential. Good.
yeah.
You should
Good.
release 2.5.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna come out with
So,
1.2.
Swan, anything else that we need to look forward to in new
I'm
comic
coming
books
out
this week?
with Hard Candy Aftermath 98.
All right, Todd. Let's finish up to your Marvel guy.
Yeah, let's finish it. What's the last of the comics this week?
All right, so Uncanny Inhumans, Uncanny X-Men, and then Todd's personal favorite, Batman. No, I'm just kidding, Todd. Superman. We also did have Justice League and Green Arrow and Green Lanterns.
So Justice League #1 Rebirth. Is it Justice League
15.
Rebirth?
15.
Justice League #1 came out?
No. Justice
League
League
of
#1 came out
America.
last month.
Oh, okay.
That was last month. Justice League's ongoing series is on number 15 right now.
Wildstorm came out today.
Oh, Wildstorm.
Oh, yeah,
#1.
Wildstorm did come out
Jim
today.
Lee's
Thank
title.
you.
Nice.
Welcome back, Grifter.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right, you guys can catch
Warren Ellis.
you guys can get your comic books here at 333 Dairy Road in Kahului. It is Maui Comics and Collectibles, and a little shout out to our friends over in on the Big Island as well. To Brian, you can also get comics if you listen to us in on the Big Island at Enjoy Comics, so you can check them out as well.
And if
What
you
else?
have a computer, and you probably do because you're listening to a podcast,
What's
go
the
donate go donate to
to
Brian
the
Rebel's
Kickstarter.
Kickstarters. Yes,
Yes,
a couple.
Yes.
One for the Unseen, one for Dead Rising.
All right.
We Killed the Dead.
Yeah,
We
somebody's
killed
got to
it.
tell
Dead
Brian.
Rising is a video game.
Somebody's got to
Okay.
tell Brian he's really pushing it with these Kickstarters. You know, he's got 2 now.
Trying to kickstart his career,
Yeah,
man.
man, fantastic.
To be
Also-
fair, I would kickstart Dead Rising.
Also, let's not forget about Chris Koinui as well. with
Yeah.
Night Marcher.
Oh, Night Marcher, is that funded or
It is funded, but and I think it's
are they still going? Oh, it's over.
It's over
So
already?
you
Really?
missed your chance. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Why are we asking the Howley guy? I'm just kidding.
Because he knows all.
It's a good question.
I'm just checking. It's
a good question.
Anyway, you guys can
got
go
them
to.
all under his phone.
What does Howley mean?
We don't have time.
Did that answer your question?
Let's do this. We live here in the
Breathless.
islands. If you listen to us, we broadcast from Maui. You guys should definitely support if you listen to us on Maui. Support
came here on a plane.
local comic book artists as much as you can on Kickstarter. Look for Brian Revel. channel. You can look for Chris Konui as well for his Night Marchers. And of course, wonderful people like Stacey Hayashi. And the boys responsible for Kipahu Kai.
And while we're mentioning Stacey Hayashi, we might as well mention Go for Broke movie, which wrapped filming, but it still needs post-production funds.
Yep.
And you can donate completely tax-free at goforbrokemovie.com. There's instructions on how to mail in your donations to the 442nd Regimental Combat Team volunteer group.
Fantastic. So check them out. More information, you can get it all here at 333 Dairy Road in Kahului. It's Maui Comics and Collectibles. Big shout out to everybody joining Facebook Live. We got another person that just joined. Jack is in the house as well tonight, so he's listening. So let's get right to it, shall we? Since we got all the particulars out of the way. Gentlemen, it's been quite the week. Very exciting week in film and in television. First off, let's get this out of the way. The big nerdy movie of the week, of course, was
John Wick 2.
Lego Batman.
Oh, Lego Batman. Did I?
There's nothing nerdy about a killer assassin.
Let me finish.
I always get these wrong.
50 Shades Darker.
No.
Wow. No.
That's the subtitle of the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, 50 Shades Darker?
Lego Batman. 50 Shades Darker.
Yeah. 50 Shades Darker. Actually, the nerd movie of the week, the weekend was the Lego Batman movie. I saw it. The one and only Todd Bernardi saw it. Alika saw it. And Phormat, did you get a chance to see it as well?
No.
No, you did not.
No.
Okay. Well,
because it just reminds me of my terrible childhood. And yeah.
All right. So
reminds
you on a lot of Legos.
Yeah. Sad face.
All right. So let me start with Todd.
Yeah.
Todd, you.
There goes an hour of a show.
I start with him.
Catch us next week.
All right. So Todd, what did you think of Lego Batman?
It was good.
It was good.
That's all I got.
Okay, it was good.
Let's move on.
No 20-page diatribe or anything.
The thing that kind of bugged me about the movie was, and this is the nerdiest thing to say, but if Joker got the idea to release Zod or to about the Phantom Zone because Superman puts Zod in the Phantom Zone. Why wasn't Zod released when he released everybody from the Phantom Zone? We never saw Zod.
It's true. It's interesting. Now,
so I would have liked to have seen like
that was your only problem with it.
That was the big one.
I saw Zod.
That was from a storyline standpoint.
That just from like a kind of plot hole kind of thing. That should have been included. The I really like the bromance between Batman and Joker. That was my favorite part.
That was like uncomfortable.
A lot of groping.
It was like that was one thing that my son, I watched it with my son, and I asked him if he liked it or not, and I really liked his. He's 7 years old, so I was really impressed when he can articulate himself. And he's like, "Yeah, I liked it." But the one thing I didn't like is that Batman and Joker were friends. Like, spoiler, but the way they treat each other, like the way they act is like friends, because it can't be violent or hateful or angry.
It's a Lego thing. Yeah.
But they say, "I hate you," when really they're saying, like, "I love you." And it's like, it's clearly the message there.
That's how I feel about you, Alika.
I hate you.
I hate you so hard.
I hate you.
I hate you so hard.
I hate you.
I tell you what. Now, I can't really complain about the story standpoint. It's a movie about Legos, so I can't really complain about the story.
You'll sound like an idiot.
Yeah, you'll sound like
you
a moron.
You complained about the Lego movie, though.
Yeah, no, I did because I hated the message in the Lego movie, but that was just.
I know everything is awesome.
That's a good message.
But it's a Lego movie.
That's exactly the message you want in a totalitarian regime.
I know, right?
Everything is awesome. Don't pay attention. Everything is awesome.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That freaked me out. Like, if everybody's special, then no one's special. That was my problem with the Lego movie. But this one was fun. It was reverential to what we grew up with as youngsters. I did like that. My biggest issue was some of the voice acting. I thought that
you stole my issue.
That was my biggest issue.
Well, it was only two.
That's why he starts the show by asking us, "So what did you think?" And then we start the show, and he's like, "That's exactly what I hated."
I thought Kate Micucci was really good as Clayface.
Yeah,
I agree.
She had no lines. She just growled.
That's right. When the credits rolled by, and I said,
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah.
Well, let's
She
put
played
it.
Clayface?
Yeah, she did.
Hang on a second, though.
There were some famous actors in there.
Let's be honest. I mean, if we're comparing animations,
Chris Hardwick was like reporter number 3.
yeah. But if we're honest, though, look at Alan Tudyk. He played the
Watch
chicken
your
in Moana.
mouth.
Yeah.
He played the chicken in Moana. That really wasn't
And?
anything.
He went to
What are you talking
Juilliard.
about? The chicken had like a lot of lines.
Okay, got it. I will say this though. What I didn't like, I thought that Zach Galifianakis as the Joker wasn't very good. I
agree.
I did not like that at all. I didn't. To be honest, it didn't bother me, but I really didn't dig. Rosario Dawson as Barbara Gordon. It was her. I guess her inflections were a little weird when I was listening to her.
She sounded so.
She didn't bother me, but you know who bothered me was they couldn't get Harleen Sorkin for Harley Quinn. Like,
Yeah, Harley was.
how hard is that? She wasn't even.
Who voiced
it was
Harley?
I'm trying to look that up right now.
I thought what's funny is that I thought that the very beginning of the film was inventive, where the Joker was pulling a fast one.
Jenny
and
Slate.
She's
that?
from a couple of other movies, I think.
She looks familiar.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
mostly,
is she in that comedy show with? She's in,
I think so, on Comedy Central.
She's
So in other words, the entire cast was it was comprised of people that were on at midnight,
Pretty
like
much.
the week before.
Yeah, pretty much.
they had Ralph Fiennes as Alfred.
I think it was
Alfred was all right. Yeah,
Yeah, he was
Ray
good.
Well,
Ray
the thing-
Fiennes is a good Alfred.
But he was also Voldemort in the Harry Potter series. Why didn't he play
Right,
Voldemort
yeah, that's
in
weird.
the actual
Right?
movie? They
True
got
point.
Eddie Izzard to play Voldemort.
I just thought I thought that the ending was really neat, where they did the mashup
Hey,
of all of
you
the
want to
stuff.
know a
That was
voice
cool.
that was really good that made me laugh?
What?
Was Doug Benson as Bane.
Yeah, no, that was good.
That was hilarious.
Bane was good. I just thought that there were some things that didn't work for me. I thought that the whole Batman and Alfred relationship was very cool. The way he treated him like
Father-son,
a child,
yeah.
The father-son thing was cute.
Yeah, that was good.
That was cute.
That was a Arrested Development
Yeah.
Oh,
reunion.
And so Jermaine Clement as Sauron.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So I mean, overall though, like I said, there's not a lot to complain about with Lego Batman. It's getting these rave reviews. I think some of it's a bit overrated as far as the reviews that are getting from critics.
They're like, it's the best Batman
Yeah.
movie there's ever been.
Yeah.
It's like, how so?
Right,
How
right.
so?
They must have really liked Batman and Robin.
Well,
But it
here's the
was a
thing.
fun.
It was a fun movie, and
but even my son, my 7-year-old son, who loves Lego everything,
Yeah.
is like, he was like, that's not his favorite Batman movie. you know?
Right. Will, and let's put it this way: we'll say that Will Arnett is good as.
Yeah, Will Arnett is
he was
great.
good. He was really good, and I didn't think it was. I thought it was fun. I just didn't think it was like the best like Lego movie or Lego Batman movie ever.
It's a pretty good for a Lego movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very high budgeted Lego movie, and I think that it worked. I just think that there's just been a bunch of overhyping of this
Michael
movie.
Cera's Robin is funny.
Michael Cera's Robin wasn't too bad. He plays the part correctly. Can I say this? Speaking of Batman movies, you know what Batman movie that I like that no one talks about? Because I just saw it the other night. Was Batman: Return of the Cape Crusaders.
Oh, the Batman 66.
The Batman 66. That, if you haven't seen it, it's on video now. You guys have got to see it. It is fantastic. It's 80 minutes long and it's great.
Is that the UV code you got from Gannon?
Yes, I did.
one I read.
It's fantastic. It was wonderful. But
So
anyway,
get it. Unless you got a friend that already bought it.
Yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, it was very good. And like I said, overall though, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd give it 2.5 stars, maybe 3, possibly, for a Lego Batman. What about you, Todd?
Yeah, I gave it a 3. It's great, I guess.
Todd?
2 stars.
2-star movie? Okay, I'd give it 2.5 then. That's about me. And then Alika, what about you, sir?
I would say 3, which is
2
harsh
stars?
for me.
It's pretty harsh for you. It definitely is. You're more forgiving than some of us.
It
on the
was
panel
fun,
here.
though. I mean, I had fun at it. Watch it again.
Yeah, I'll watch it again just
I'll
because.
just pretend Harley Quinn's not in it.
Yeah. One other thing we want to talk about, the other movie of the weekend that our other compatriot Gannon saw but is not here.
50 Shades.
50 Shades. No. John Wick Chapter 2 came out this weekend as well. It went heads up with Lego Batman and 50 Shades Darker.
And Lost.
And I think I'm the only one on the panel that has seen it.
No, I saw it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Phormat, what did you think?
I thought it was good. Yeah. There's a lot about it that I really enjoyed, but there's a lot about it that I was like, really, guys? That's where we're going with this?
What I liked about...
Like a lot of the humor was like, remember that thing we did? Ha ha! Wink. It's like, oh, okay.
That's kind of the humor of the NERDWatch, though.
That is true. I will say
that's
this.
why no one likes us.
That's true. John Wick Chapter 2
And I could have did without like all the dog reaction shots. I was like, why are we... does the camera really need to cut to this dog all the time?
Go for Keanu.
Well, wait, what was that again? I didn't hear
And
you.
that's what I learned on a interview with Keanu Reeves. Is that Keanu Reeves is the voice for Keanu.
For Keanu the cat, yeah.
That cracked me up.
Yeah.
Which is based on...
Yeah.
John Wick.
I thought John Wick Chapter 2 worked successfully for me just because it delved deeper into the lore of the Hitman.
Oh, yeah. No,
that
don't
was
get
really
me wrong.
cool.
Like, I love that world that they've built.
And that's what I think.
They're adding on
Right. And it totally makes it unique in the action movie fair because not a lot of people take the time to do that, and that's really cool. I like
think
that.
maybe part of the problem I had was there's a lot of stuff that happened in the original movie that was like, oh wow, that's fresh, that's new, that they revisited in the sequel that was like, why are we seeing this again?
Right, like
I've already seen this. I know this part.
Right. They kind of like upped, but they upped. Of course, the big thing is you up the body count.
Right. I mean, that had to be. I mean,
and of course, the finale reminded me a lot of Enter the Dragon with the House of Mirrors thing. It reminded me a lot of that.
The last like 15 minutes of the movie left me kind of.
I have to say that without spoiling it.
There's a sequel coming.
Yeah, without spoiling it, I thought that was a very interesting idea the way they worked it. And I have to say that it was as good as, if not better, than the original John Wick. I think they go together very well.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say it was good, but nowhere near as good as the first one.
I gave it the same amount of stars I gave the original, which is 4 stars.
And how is it better than the original?
Because I thought that what really captured my imagination was the lore of the assassins, the assassins world. That's what I like. But
you didn't get anything more than what you got out of the first one.
Well,
you just got more of it.
That's what I like. I like the underpinnings of like, there's at the hotel you can actually there's a room for the guns, which is really cool. Or there's codes like once you cross the doors and you're the hitman, there's nothing that goes on nothing goes on. No violent acts go inside the hotel. Rules.
Well, yeah, they covered that in the first one.
That's what I really liked. But
you like that they copied the first one.
What I liked was that they took those same tropes and essentially kind of expanded on them. Especially with the whole Common thing, the whole Common being the hitman.
Well, that okay, I dug that only for the fact that Common just was more emotional throughout the film.
Right.
Like, brooding Keanu Reeves is cool in the first movie because you get why he's that way.
Right.
And then in the second movie, all these other stars, all these other characters are outshining John Wick.
Right.
Because he's still brooding, staring, through his eyebrows. And you're like, I've seen this.
I think what it's good is that they took it seriously, but they didn't take it so seriously as like the finale. Once what happens goes into effect, we see the world of the assassins open up. I think if I only had one complaint, and I didn't even mention it in my review, which by the way you can read it at MauiWatch.com. It's on my NERDWatch page, the NERDWatch page as well. I didn't like Ruby Rose. I didn't get the whole her not speaking thing, and I didn't think that was cute or anything. I could have totally done without her. But anyway, John Wick. If you're a fan of the first one, you'll be a fan of this one. John Wick Chapter 2. Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, Lawrence Fishburne. They're all great in it. They're a lot of fun. It's that was the other thing. I like meeting the different parts of that world were very cool to me. I think I really fell in love with that. I really liked it.
Did Lawrence Fishburne try to give Keanu Reeves some pills?
Well, he did say that he was. What did he say? He said when he met him, he said he was like the one.
Why me? And he's like, because you're the only one.
You're the one. You're the only one. That was good. That was so good.
Like, no.
That was so good. That was so good. So yeah, if you are a fan,
now go sit in this lazy boy because we're gonna jack into the back of your head.
That's right.
I was like, oh my goodness.
So anyway, John Wick Chapter 2.
John Wick's like, I know kung fu.
Ironically enough, as good as it was, it doubled the original's take at the box office this weekend.
Of course.
But it came in at number 3. 50 Shades Darker was number 1. Lego Batman was number 2, and John Wick was number 3.
There's a lot more screaming women than
I thought Lego Batman was number 1.
Lego Batman did not win the day because on Sunday Lego Batman was ahead on Friday. Going into Sunday, 50 Shades Darker started to creep up on Batman and started to overtake it with its darkness.
God, it's so it's dominating.
It is totally dominating.
50 Shades Darker totally tied up Lego Batman and dominated it.
Right. So the next Lego
in
Batman
the secret room in the back.
The next Lego
and there's a helicopter crash for some reason.
So in order for the next Lego Batman to be successful, it's going to need nipple clips. Anyway,
did you watch it?
That's why.
Did you watch
Lego
50 Shades?
No.
Lego figures don't have nipples.
They're going to get Lego Batman 2 is going to be directed by Joel Schumacher, and he's going to bring back bat nipples.
You know who did? We
could only be so lucky.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger as Iceman, as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
By the way, big shout out to Will who just joined the Facebook Live feed. How's it going, sir? Anyway, I will say this. Don't choke. We will 50 Shades was watched by 50 Shades Darker was reviewed by our very own Professor Barry. You can read his review at mywatch.com as well.
He really liked the first one.
He likes silent films.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that in some theaters in the mainland? Apparently, I was just if it's on, and obviously if it's on Facebook, it must be true. There's a news article saying that they are not allowing single men to go in to watch 50 Shades Darker.
No, you single.
All the fapping involved?
I don't know.
Nice.
I was reading that.
Single white man.
Well done.
Single white man.
There's a racial
Is there a racial component to it? Okay, cool. I was just checking.
Finally, we're being discriminated against.
It's really
take that one.
I don't know what that means, but whatever. So 50 Shades Darker was the winner of the weekend. But if you're gonna go watch anything, I would suggest John Wick number 1, Lego Batman number 2.
There's no way that you can outsell tickets to hormonal women.
That's right. Just know that this week, though.
Just remember how good Twilight did.
It's true. It's true. This weekend.
Look out for Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 3.
Oh no! I feel sorry for whatever movie goes up against
knocking Logan out of the top spot.
Well, this weekend is going to be another movie, another big movie weekend for Matt Damon. Because he takes on badly CGI dragons in the Great Wall this weekend.
And he rescues them Chinese, baby. And a white man set them free. I love how the commercial starts. It's like,
you sound like Matthew McConaughey.
I love how the commercial starts with Matt Damon talking to his friend going, what the hell are they building a wall up there for? like us as the white guys must be very suspicious of this giant wall the Chinese are building, and then they go there and save them from the dragons.
Against?
Yeah, what are they keeping out?
Big shout
out. Is it Mexicans? We must learn this technology.
They must be making them pay for it.
Big shout out to Kaimana who just joined the show.
Bricks by bricks.
Kaimana had a question for Phormat. We'll talk about it later. He wanted to know if you played For Honor. We'll talk about that shortly. Anyway, Yes, The Great Wall comes out this weekend, which
I
is
see it. It looks good.
it looks interesting.
It looks good.
Are we saying that I saw the CGI trailer, man? It was bad. They actually pulled that trailer because the CGI was so bad.
It looks so good. China can do no
So
wrong.
are we saying that the dragons in the Great Wall film
They're not dragons.
Is it code? Is this
code for Mexicans? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Right. Is this an illegal immigration metaphor?
No.
And
They're not dragons.
Save us.
And only Matt Damon can save us.
I bet you the spoiler at the end is he gets the exosuit from Elysium, and he just starts killing the dragons en masse.
And then everybody, and then even the immigrants have universal health care.
Yes, the drones come down and treat everybody, even the injured dragons.
They're immigrant dragons.
Yeah. Anywho, so you can check out Matt Damon this weekend.
You did it wrong.
Yeah, sorry. Did I? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Matt Damon. Yeah,
You gotta sound like your left side's having a stroke.
Sorry, didn't want to do an injustice. But speaking of
injustice, great game. It's looking good.
Speaking of injustice, it looks like that the Batman now has a director. Moving on to more news. That was my segue.
Batman.
Yeah, it looks like the Batman has a new director, a hair director. It is it is Matt Reeves, the man responsible for Cloverfield and Let Me In and the Planet of the Apes films, is going to be stepping up to the plate and directing the Batman. So that's an interesting that's an interesting update, and I think Matt Reeves will do a good job. I think he'll be able to pull it off. Here's the sad news, though, that goes along with this, that accompanies this news. Ben Affleck. The rumor is that Ben Affleck wants out of the Batsuit.
Because it's Matt Reeves? Like, hell no, I don't want none of that.
That's right. Maybe if we can start that rumor.
Give me another shot at Daredevil.
Yeah.
Said no Reeves.
All
right, I'm going to step out as director, but anybody but Matt Reeves.
Okay, so remember we talked about this just a couple weeks ago. We said who would be the perfect fit for that suit if Ben Affleck walks from the role.
Momoa.
Okay, let's just say that he's Aquaman. We've already established that Jason Momoa is Aquaman.
The technology exists. Have you seen Multiplicity?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's your answer for everything.
I would watch Momoa Multiplicity. Basically every movie in Hollywood should be Multiplicity with your favorite actor in it.
So who's your pick for Jan and Cena? Momoa. And Gleek? Momoa.
Yeah. Dakota Johnson stepped down from the 50 Shades sequel, 50 Shades Freer. Oh, Jason Momoa could play Dakota Johnson.
No, please don't.
Okay. All right.
Don't lie. You would
kill whoever got into that sex chamber. They would die.
You would split them in half.
Haven't you seen Game of Thrones?
So,
He's the stallion that mounts the world.
In reality,
Khaleesi was only survived it because she gave birth to dragons.
That's true. Because I want to try and stay on point here.
Yeah, stay on point.
If Ben
Focus.
Affleck decides to leave Batman,
and we get Momoa,
and we don't get Momoa,
Tom Hardy.
That'd
be really
because he can play Wolverine and Batman at the same time.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know who could step into the Batsuit. That would be a tough call. I don't know.
Because everybody wants Tom Hardy to take over as
Tom Hardy.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
What about Hugh Jackman? Now that he's done with Logan.
Hugh Jackman actually
as Batman.
He could play what's interesting about Hugh Jackman is that he could play the older Batman for sure.
Older Batman.
Yeah, he could pull that off.
That would be an interesting take.
I think he could pull it off. You know who would be?
And he can bring the claws too.
Norman Reedus.
Snick. No, not Norman.
No.
I'm Bat-Vereen.
Norman Reedus.
You know, that's a tough one. I can't think of anybody who would be old enough.
Norman Reedus as Batman.
Old enough to handle that role. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. That's a tough one. I can't even think if any of you guys know who should play Batman if Ben Affleck doesn't.
Arlene Sorkin.
Should be somebody. I think it should be somebody out of the ordinary. I think the next person that plays Batman should be an unknown.
Smith. No.
Unless they go with my idea, which is to put Michael Keaton back into the bat suit. That would be cool. He'd be perfect for it.
I think, you know,
Bring back Clooney.
Yeah.
when they were
That's the
gonna
natural progression. Clooney comes next.
Somebody hashtag that right now on Facebook.
Bring
Bring back
back
Clooney.
bring back Clooney's bat nipples.
Yeah, do that for sure. We don't know who wants to fill it
Do
yet. We
that
do
for
know
sure.
the Batman is coming. It's gonna be directed by Matt Reeves.
It's arriving.
And as of now, Ben Affleck is still going to be the Batman, but it's a rumor that he wants to step away. We will see.
You should.
Makes sense.
We'll see.
He wants to make, what was it? Jiggly 2?
Yeah, he wants to make Jiggly too. That's what he wants to do. We say, how about this? Staying on the DC tip. Interesting news that just came out this afternoon.
Be on anything's tip.
I'm all over that tip.
Okay, DC made some news this morning, or excuse me, this afternoon, because they are currently courting Mel Gibson to be the director
Racist Mel Gibson?
for Suicide Squad 2.
Makes sense.
So
That movie is racist anyway.
I don't know about you guys, but I think Mel Gibson actually might be a decent fit. But the thing is that I don't think Mel Gibson will take it. I don't think that Mel Gibson.
not?
Yeah, the only reason why I say he won't
Why
take
don't you
it.
think so?
Haven't you seen The Beaver?
They will connect. They will try and get him. But the thing is that he's already said that he doesn't like to do. He doesn't like to do violent movies that don't show. He said it on some talk shows. He doesn't like to do violent movies that don't
Just
show.
likes to watch Jesus get his ass.
No, he doesn't like to show. Well, look
3
at
hours straight.
look at We
I
Were
don't like
Soldiers.
violent movies that don't have people in kilts.
No. He said that he doesn't like when
about freedom.
violence is shown that doesn't show consequence. So when he does things like We Were Soldiers or Apocalypto or
but
Hacksaw Ridge.
What about when Slipknot tried to escape? He had his head blown off.
Yeah, that's definitely a
That's
good point.
consequence.
That's a good point. So he doesn't. That's Mel Gibson's thing. So I don't know if he's into the superhero thing. They
Racist
definitely
Mel Gibson.
they would have to do something to change his mind. But I think Mel Gibson may actually do a good job with it. I think he may be a good fit for the Suicide Squad. He's the kind of guy that can pull it off, and he's crazy enough. So, and I mean that in a I mean that in a good way.
You got the first word.
I mean that in a good way.
He's a wacky man.
Mel Gibson being courted by DC to direct Suicide Squad Deuce. I guess that means David Ayer is out.
They should get Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
I like it. I like it already.
Which is interesting because Trey Parker and Matt Stone are still working on that show they do, aren't they? You know, the one on Comedy Central. And the one in
I'm pretty sure you
at
can
midnight.
use the name.
the one
Park?
in Colorado or something in the mountains, I think.
Why are you acting like you have never watched South Park before?
I don't know.
Why?
I've seen South Park before.
You have?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Jack Hook said Freddie Prinze Jr. should be the new Batman.
Yes.
Yes, Jack.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Absolutely.
I would love to see Freddie Prinze Jr.
My 2 nominees are Jason Momoa and Pauly Shore for every movie.
For Superman, Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore.
They should do a
I could see him as a Green Lantern.
buddy cop movie.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, moving on from the DC universe, let's talk a little bit about. Oh, excuse me. Before we moving on to Marvel moviedom, a couple of things.
Boo.
We don't need your negativity here. The Infinity Wars has officially started shooting. I put up on the NERDWatch Facebook page a very cool video of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Pratt and Tom Holland
blowing each other.
Yes. Can we say that? We can't say
Taking
that.
over for Captain America. Momoa.
So Avengers Infinity War has officially started. It's a very cool video that's up right now because they're talking, the directors are talking about what's going to be happening in the Infinity Wars. And
Is Momoa going to be Silver Surfer?
so it's going to be fantastic. You guys should check it out. It was a very fun video, and it looks like it's the culmination of what we've been waiting for the last, 8 years? 12 years? I can't remember what it is. Anyway, it's between 8 and 12 years. So Avengers Infinity War has begun. So that is really cool. So check it out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/NERDWatch. It's in there right now. You can check it out. Moving on, since we're running out of time here. Let's move to some television, shall we?
Sure.
All right. Well, TV, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into some comic book television. First off, episode 2 of Powerless was on, and while I was aboard for the first episode, I'm kind
Stop
of
talking.
off.
Powerless. The second episode was as good as the first. Yeah. Great, wacky office drama with some superhero stuff mixed in there.
I am definitely not.
Hey,
a fan.
With a fantasy draft pick.
A fantasy draft of the superheroes. Come on.
Crimson Fox for the win.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Hey, if Gotham can be on for 4 seasons, this thing is gonna run for a while.
I hope so.
The best thing about Powerless is that it's only 23 minutes right now.
Stop talking.
Wow.
The best thing about Powerless is that all of Vanessa Hudgens' lackeys are stand-up comedians. They're professional comedians. And that's funny stuff. And Alan Tudyk is their boss, and he is the straight man. That's funny stuff.
But the funny thing is,
And his name is Tudyk.
That's not the funny part.
But it's so funny.
The interesting thing, though, is that I find Alan Tudyk to be the most annoying person in the show, and I love
great.
Alan
Why?
Tudyk, and I love him.
He drives the plot. He's a boss.
You love Tudyk?
He's a boss that hates his employees.
What are you, a gay fish?
I don't know. It's still got
It's
to
a
grow
good
on me, I
character,
guess.
man.
I thought I didn't.
Here's your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah, I don't
man, too
know.
soon.
I gotta watch it again. I gotta watch another episode. I'm not feeling it yet.
Yeah.
So we'll
sorry,
see.
man.
We'll see.
It came out in 2006.
What are you talking about?
Wash is dead.
Oh, you just spoiled Firefly.
No.
Such a bad.
Serenity was the Serenity was the movie.
Well, I know, but Firefly, it's
Firefly is
a television show. I'm just saying, though, it's all the same. Serenity, Firefly, it's all the same to me.
Yeah.
It's all real to him.
It is. You're such a brown coat or a brown shirt or whatever.
Wow.
Brown shirts are socialists.
Brown shirts are social.
Okay, then you're definitely a brown shirt for sure.
This is a gray shirt.
Okay, it's a good shirt.
Wait, are the brown
a
shirts the
communist.
fascist from Italy?
I'm wearing a brown shirt.
There you go, the brown shirts. So tune in or don't to Powerless. It's on now.
It's amazing. Everybody should watch that show.
There
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Boo. No.
there was another brand new show that came out last week that we didn't have a chance to talk about because it was on a day after our show, but Legion on FX.
That none of us watched.
I watched it.
Yeah,
did you?
Alika
Was it
watched
good?
it.
It was good.
Okay.
How good was it?
Like comics?
I got to watch it. It was alright.
It wasn't like the comics, but it was still pretty good. But it was weird because, I mean, they kind of successfully did this thing, character-based show. He's in an insane asylum. There's enough intrigue about his powers and stuff, and it's interesting enough. But I'm gonna spoil it at the end because this is only the first episode.
Is it as good as Powerless?
It's good. It's good. It's different.
It's called Legion
different.
of the Powerless.
It's but then at the end he gets broken out of where he is by a team of superhuman mutants or whatever.
The X-Men.
You're led to assume they're an X-Men like group, but the leader is a older lady.
Can they say mutants?
So X-Factor.
Is it legal for them to say mutants?
Yeah, Fox owns the right to mutants.
Okay, so they're using the word mutants. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
so, but I want to say,
So New Mutants.
so what mutant group is this? Because there's only so many, and there's
It's Excalibur.
it makes Excalibur. No,
Okay.
X-Force.
you want to say it's New Mutants, but they have a series coming out with New Mutants pretty soon. With Maisie Williams is going to be Wolfsbane.
I thought that was just a rumor.
No, they released concept
It's
art.
Alpha Flight.
They actually also, speaking of, since we're talking about Legion, we'll get back to that in a second. On the same lines as X-Men, they've
announced an animated.
Sophie Turner is actually been
the
signed
new
on
movie,
as
yeah.
a new movie.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, let's moving on. Who cares? Did you hear what that's going to be called? X-Men Supernova.
Supernova, yeah.
Oh, get that crap out of my face. 12 years now of disappointing fans. No, wait, what is is it? They started in 2000.
17 years.
The 17 solid years of disappointing me.
Wow.
Like, Deadpool is good. Logan got a pass. You know, X2 was probably my best X-Men viewing experience in the theater because it was like I was so upset about the first X-Men.
What about the Wolverine?
Shut up. And then X2 comes out. And
Everyone knows Alika's favorite is Origins.
and Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler was amazing.
Right.
That was awesome.
Absolutely.
That was great.
Yeah,
But that was it.
okay.
That was the only good
All right,
part
so
of it.
X-Men Supernova is a thing. Sophie Turner has signed back on because she was great
Garbage. What's the plot?
in Apocalypse.
Oh no, I turned into the Phoenix to kill Apocalypse, and now I have the Phoenix power. Oh my goodness, and then it's going to be a crappy movie. Awesome.
Yeah, but you know, you're
It
not.
sounds like you've seen this already.
Your disdain for the X-Men movies is showing.
I
Yeah,
don't
we saw it
trust
in
the
X-Men
hands
3.
that they're in. They're just garbage.
Okay, now getting back to Legion, I from what I understand,
And I've heard a lot of dirt on Bryan Singer, and he's not a good person.
Wow.
So that I heard it recently from someone in the industry, and it was like that totally justifies my hatred of all the Bryan Singer X-Men.
Wow! Look at you.
Because he's like a bad person.
He's justifying his hatred on rumor.
Well, I felt bad at first.
Do you hear that,
It's like-
Todd?
I know. It's like you, G.
The thing
No,
is-
I mean there's some articles out there that are pretty well researched about Bryan Singer.
He's like an awful human.
Stuff.
He's a sexual
Are
predator.
you sure those aren't alternative facts?
I'm pretty sure they're accurate.
Well,
facts.
I think that they've. I mean,
Well,
they,
with a name like Singer, you'd think he'd do more musicals, but he doesn't do any of them. And I am disappointed.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, the same. It actually kind of came out. I think like sort of after. After Superman, before he went back to doing the X-Men movies, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he had to flee the country because he was going to get held on child pornography charges because of apt pupil.
Yes, I remember that story. That is true.
I didn't know about that, and I love that movie. And then I heard about what he did on the set. Like
And you love the movie even more now.
there are adult watchers who watch minor actors as they're on set and make sure nothing compromising happens to them without their supervision. But Bryan Singer had them distractive off the lot and filmed the underage actors in compromising positions.
That's a well, there went NERDWatch going mainstream. Anyway,
Well, I'm just saying, screw Bryan Singer for whatever he did in real life and also ruining the X-Men.
well, we got to remember. Speaking of movies like that, we got to remember the guy Victor Salva who was responsible.
That doesn't sound like.
He was the director
Jason
of
Momoa.
Powder. Remember? And
Oh,
he
yeah,
was,
I think I heard
he
about
had
him,
the
too.
same. He had some of those interesting charges leveled against him
I
as
mean,
well.
you can kind of see it when you watch Powder, though. It's like you got to have some kind of weird
Oh yeah.
thing to come up with that.
And he did. He also did the second Jeepers Creepers as well, I believe.
Oh, that's
No,
the guy?
Everybody brings up these people for the movies they did, but nobody holds accountable like the creator of the Smurfs or the Snorks, which are just underwater Smurfs.
Yeah.
Or, well, crap, any
There's no accountability in
cartoons
animation.
from the 90s.
There's no accountability in animation. But anyway, getting back to the point, Legion, definitely
Are we still on
watchable.
Legion?
From what we were talking about X-Men, so it's definitely watchable. It is on FX. You should check it out. Tonight is the second episode
Totally
of Legion.
New Mutants.
So
Seems like it.
I'm
Totally.
I'm
Except
excited to watch
Professor
it.
X is the original leader of the New Mutants, so it's like, who's this old lady? What was the lady from Different
Professor
Strokes
Xene.
who was also on Facts of Life? Mrs.
Garrett?
Mrs. Garrett. She kind of looks like Mrs. Garrett.
Shut up! Are you serious?
Serious.
Wow.
They're like escaping to the beach like there's a war going on. And all of a sudden, Legion runs up to Mrs. Garrett and they shake hands.
That's awesome.
It's great.
So what you're saying is that Legion
Grand
has
finale.
Blair, Tootie,
Yeah.
and the
New Mutants.
The New Mutants. Got it. All right. Now, moving on.
The New Mutants.
And there you got the facts of life. The facts of life.
More comic book stuff before we get out of here really quick. The premiere of the second half of the 7th season of The Walking Dead premiered on Sunday. Did anybody see that?
Who?
I saw the new Walking Dead.
I did as well. Todd is not a fan.
Ezekiel's a punk.
Todd, you're not a fan, right?
I just never didn't catch my interest.
Oh,
You're not a fan of Robert Kirkman.
Even
No,
though
I like
someone put
Invincible.
that on a post.
Oh, you like Invincible? Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
he's gonna like Invincible until it comes out on TV, and then he's gonna hate it.
It's true.
Be like that's so.
Also, he only likes Invincible because it's ending.
Let's talk about Walking Dead this week. I missed a couple of episodes, but stupidly enough, because my other half was watching it, I ended up watching it. It's interesting the way they're going with it. It's almost like I don't have to watch the other 4 episodes that I missed or whatever.
Wasn't it just the season premiere?
No. I missed the
Mid-season.
The mid-season premiere.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I missed the last like 4 or 5 episodes from
Negan's a jerk.
October.
That's all you need to know.
Negan's a jerk. He
does bad things.
He's
What are you talking about?
He's a manipulator.
He's a
he
naughty
taught
boy.
Carl how to shave.
Yeah, he's a total manipulator. And I tell you what, though, I will say that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is good in the role.
He's awesome.
I just don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I don't know.
a little too much.
Yeah, it's getting to the point.
And his little sidekick that went to Alexandria in the last
Trevor's
episode,
name.
Trevor, he's pulling too much of the Negan affectation. He needs to have
Trevor's
his
the
own
guy with
character.
the mustache, right?
and the bald
You know
head.
who that guy is, by the
He's
way?
the guy from GTA, isn't he?
He is the voice of Trevor in GTA 5.
That's really him.
yeah.
That's really him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so very cool. Anyway, Walking Dead, I thought the ending was good. Everybody kept asking the question, why was Rick smiling when they got held up and blah, blah,
Because
blah.
he met a bunch of guys with weapons.
Exactly.
He's happy to see people with weapons.
Right.
And also, he's like,
So, I have to say that Walking Dead mid-season premiere was
Who
good.
wants a mustache ride?
And by the way, next time I talk to Robert Kirkman, I'm going to tell him that Todd does not like his show. So
He'll be like, who?
He'll be like, which multi-million-dollar show does he mean? Outcasts?
that's true.
dinosaur.
But Walking Dead premiere was it is back, so we got another 7 episodes left. So that's going to be a lot of fun to look forward to. Last but not least, this week,
Robert Kirkman's in my dreams all the time.
You know, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
I know you're trying to grow that Kirkman beard. I can tell.
true.
You can tell.
Yeah.
well, G, also to add, they've been like powering through most of the comic content. Like me and Alika noticed the comics have been coming out a little bit more quick lately.
Well, I think it's because
almost
now
up to
they're
that Whisper
that's what I'm
War.
saying. They are catching up.
Yeah.
I think they're catching up. It's that's the whole point.
They're gonna run into the same problem the animes have, and we're gonna get a filler arc.
I hope not.
This week on
We're just
video.
gonna watch Rick's power level go up for 3 episodes straight.
It's over 9,000. Yeah.
Just turn into a giant golden monkey.
Cut his tail off.
Moving on before we get out of here, on video, if you're looking forward to it, Arrival is out on Blu-ray, DVD,
Ooh, I wanna
and
see that.
4K Blu-ray.
I wanna see that so
It's a
bad.
fantastic movie. Also out this week as well.
pretty good.
On
It was nominated for an Academy Award.
yeah, it was fantastic. Todd and I watched it together. We held hands.
That's where
Butt naked by a fire
yeah.
Yeah.
for Valentine's Day.
Also out this week,
Captain
but
Cook's death day.
but on
Happy death to you, Captain Cook.
stop it.
1778.
I believe in the book.
On digital download only right now. Hacksaw Ridge is out on digital download.
Also want to see that.
Fantastic movie.
Andrew Garfield.
Oh, fantastic.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
He is amazing in that movie. And then also
Does he do any
HD
wall
only. Actually, he does. He does a little wall. He does a little wall crawling for sure.
He should
I
have
won't
been in
spoil
the
it, though. He does.
He should have been in the Matt Damon movie,
Which one?
the one with the dragons.
The Great Wall. You
He
mean?
could have done it. He could have
Andrew
pulled it off.
Garfield, he would have been
Yeah,
a swell
could've
white
pulled it
guy to
off.
help Matt Damon out.
Yeah.
And then for all
What
of
the
you,
hell are these Chinese people building a wall for?
What are they trying to keep out?
and for all
Maybe
you
us white
nerds
guys.
out there this week, download on streaming
On the
only
wrong
this
side.
week until March. It is Doctor Strange is available for streaming this week as well.
Yes.
Finally, great movie by the way. One of my
Jeff
favorite
Isherwood will be
Marvel
stoked.
films.
The Stranger.
The Strange. Yeah.
That's not the stranger. That's the shocker.
Oh, is that,
Also appear in
is
Spider-Man
that-
Homecoming.
Is that different?
You're such a jerk.
The stranger's when you sit on your left hand
Oh my
until it
gosh.
goes numb.
Finally, just some really quick.
Listen, so I have no idea what they're talking about.
Some really quick gaming
It's a video
news
game movie.
this week in
I would know that.
this week in gaming. gaming, you guys can check out For Honor, which is getting a lot of buzz. It is kind of a one-on-one, 1v1, 2v2, and 4v4 multiplayer. I guess you could say sword and shield type of video game, which is getting a lot of buzz. Phormat, have you played it?
I have not.
You have not.
Come on. No, I didn't play it.
There were a lot of games that sound similar, and probably the gameplay mode is different. But I don't know if you remember Dynasty Warriors.
I hate that
series of games. Really?
I hated them.
My younger brother played them religiously, so I would watch him play from Super Nintendo on. I think it started, right?
I don't remember because I got into it when PS2 came out, and I was like, oh, this looks so awesome, and then I played it, and I thought, oh man, this sucks.
Well, the later ones weren't that great, but the first ones were incredible.
I didn't like just mowing down like hundreds of guys at once.
That's the fun, though.
That was I know. It wasn't my bag. It wasn't my bag of chips, so I'm not a big fan. But For Honor is a very different game. It's a fighting game with some more technical aspects to it, and they say it's not easy to learn. It's not a hack and slash. So
DJ Calvicani likes Dynasty Warriors.
Does he?
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors is awesome. Man.
Yeah, you know who likes Dynasty Warriors?
I do.
Comic book writers.
That's true. Statistically,
Alika is writing a comic.
That's true.
That's really accurate now.
Yeah. Also out today as well on for games is Sniper Elite 4. That comes out today as well. And then one we missed last week because we didn't have a chance to talk about it was the Japanese clone, or I should say, it was the Team Ninja clone of the fantastic Dark Souls series with a Japanese twist. It is called Neo. Yeah. It's out today.
I still want to know why Hemsworth is in it.
Neo. So you guys can check that out. I hopefully have a report for For Honor when I get my hands on it. I want to play it. I hope it's good.
And before you wrap up, I just want to say one thing about the new Ninja Turtles episode, because I noticed you didn't get there.
I tried to avoid it. Go ahead.
Because they introduced a new character. If anybody's watching the CG cartoon on Nickelodeon right now, it's actually really good. And they introduced Alopex, which was a character introduced in the current IDW run by Eastman and Waltz. She's like a crazy fast ninja fox type of thing. But I just wanted to mention that.
I'm with Todd, though. Really I'm boycotting TMNT until Eastman and Laird get back together.
Shut up.
Wow.
That's what he told me.
Looks like we were going to rumble in the
That's what he said.
You take the white one, I take the white one.
Anyway, people, we are the Nerd Watch. It's time for us to get out of here. Time to bid you guys aloha. Of course, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/NerdWatch. You can follow us on YouTube at NerdWatch Nation. Follow us on Twitter at NerdWatch Nation, and you can follow us on Instagram at _NerdWatch. Also, you guys can check us out at Patreon at patreon.com/NerdWatch as well. Give, donate, throw a couple shekels our way to a needy podcast. We bring you all this entertainment every single week, so we hope you like it.
And also, Greg Turner is coming next Sunday. I am so sorry. Greg Turner, the writer and creator of iMage.
You mean Gary Turner?
Gary Turner. I am so sorry.
Greg Turner sitting there. I was like,
I saw your name on there, and I thought it was Gary Turner watching. So
Gary.
Your name thankfully reminded me. Gary Turner's coming. Sorry. I'll have a better announcement next week.
Greg, just curious. Is there any relations with you guys?
Yeah, a little bit. We're both.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're both white. So it's all good. We're all related. Right? We're all related.
You two have relations?
Yeah, we have.
Well, family names come from professions.
Yeah,
we were Turners of tricks.
We were. Yeah, we were. Actually, what's funny is that the origin of my name, or the Turner name, is that we used to be the ones that would turn the stone that would grind the grain. That's what we used to do. We were called Turners.
Boring.
Very
boring.
Boring. Yeah. Anyway, we are out of time for real now. So please, we'll be back. Please join us next week. We'll be back same day.
Can we start calling
whenever
you
that is
Greg Grinder?
No, you can't. No.
Is it why?
Can we sign you up for Grindr?
Is that why you? Yeah. Is there? They named the app after you guys.
You're so fired after this show. No. We're
out of. Has a Grindr account. Yeah. Everybody look for him.
We're out of time. Facebook Live and Akaku and YouTube.
We'll see you in a little bit for Magnum.
I can't do Magnum.
We're gonna.
We can't do Magnum.
I got
magnums you already did, man. Release the
I will
magnums.
release the
Hashtag
ma-
release
release
the
the
Let our
magnums.
magnums go.
We're gonna rename Magnum Grinder. Nerdwatch Grinder.
We'll get more
Idiots.
subscribers that way.
For Todd, for his, say goodbye to Todd. This is his last show.
See you, Todd.
That's
man.
all it took.
For the gaming guru Phormat,
man.
for the comic book henchman Swan, and for, of course, Alika, the chairman of the comic book board. Make sure to visit him here at 333 Dairy Road in Kahalui, Maui Comics and Collectibles. Big
Maui
shout out to
Comics.
Gannon, who is not here this week. He better
Shout
be here
him out.
next
Don't
week.
even mention that guy's name.
He better be.
He's off the pod.
Who's Gannon?
Yeah. We are out of
fired.
time.
Gannon's not coming anymore. We're gonna do our own
That's
podcast.
right. I, of course, am G Money. Peace out, much love, and most assuredly, always stay
Can I go
nerdy.
to your podcast?
Yeah.
Until next week, we say to you guys,
Aloha. Grinder.
Stay tuned for Magnum. Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Sure.
Woo.
One bottle of weed is
Grinder.
not enough.
I know.